He's the one that kind of started all of this. He started everything. It's his fault.
Welcome back to Tales from the Trials, hosted by Dog Sports Events. I'm Jazz.
I'm Michelle.
One day we'll get that more in sync. And this is about what you've signed up for. So, quick recap. This is going to be our official start to season 2 because we've learned that we need to run like 6 months at a time instead of trying to go the whole year because summer trial season is not conducive to us getting anything done.
No, besides agility trials.
And even then, I'm not entirely sure those got done. I think they just happened and we were there.
Right. We showed up.
So today we are starting our first interview off with a surprise interview that
Surprise
Michelle learned about
interview 5 seconds ago.
5 minutes of us recording this that got nixed because I knew we just need to get giggles out. So welcome to the show, Michelle.
Hey, thanks.
So you were giggly today.
I'm sorry.
I need to put you on the spot more often.
Yeah, no, please don't.
All right. So first thing, of course, I'm going to ask is, what do you do? Well, what's your job? What are your hobbies? What's your life story?
So, how much time do we have? I love that
About 30 minutes.
Went through the motions.
I have a watch.
Check your watch.
I just had to do math, so I had to buy myself more time.
Right. So, day job, I'm an X-ray tech. I work in urgent care at our local hospital. And I do like a community urgent care stuff. So we do strep tests, sprains, strains, closed fractures, which means bones are not sticking out of your skin.
Lovely visual there.
Right. Yeah. Sorry to clarify that. Yeah. If you have one of those, don't come see me. Go to the ER. Because that's where we're sending you if you come see me for stuff like that. So yeah, super simple stuff, really is what we do over there. So, thankfully I don't get to see any of like the super gory traumas or car accidents or anything like that. I also do, canine fitness training and manners training for Canine Good Citizen and Star Puppy and things like that.
Go and let's obviously just hop right into it. What is canine fitness training?
So it's like a personal trainer for your dog because our dogs are sport dogs, right? So they need to have that strength, muscle, cardio, endurance training just like any other athlete. So that's what I do. I teach people how to do those exercises properly and effectively with their dogs.
How would one go about contacting you for these services?
So I have a new website. It's paragonpups.com. Super simple. I just did a relaunch a couple months ago to shorten that up, to make it more simple. So go to my website and all of my contact information is there. You can subscribe to my newsletter. I try to do a free fitness video every month and cross-post a bunch of dog sports event stuff like this podcast every month in that newsletter.
How would I know my dog could benefit from canine conditioning? Is it just every dog should do it, or like my dog's already active? Why do I need to do more stuff with them?
So mostly for like mobility, and I do a bunch of targeted stuff, right? So yes, your dog is active. They're playing fetch, they're running agility, they're doing all of these other things. Are they balanced? Do they have correct form? Do they have correct posture? Are they doing things correctly to where they're not going to get injured when they're doing their activities. So a lot of my stuff is focused on injury prevention.
Nice. You're so mad at me right now.
Yes.
I can see it in your eyes.
So yes, it's great that you're already doing stuff with your dog, but like your dog can still benefit from anything extra.
What age can they start doing this stuff?
I started doing body awareness exercises with Nike when she was 8 weeks old, day 2 when I brought her home. I was giving her a little foot target and rewarding her for interacting with it and putting her paws on it. And I have videos on my YouTube channel of this.
I was going to say, please tell me you have video footage of that.
I do have
Thank
video,
God.
but
I'm going to need you to send that to me as extra for anyone who's watching on YouTube, because Nike's a cattle dog. Which is going to be the next thing I get into is what are your dogs? Because I know we've touched on it in the intro episode for season 1. We kind of went over what our dogs were and the highlights of what we do. So, yeah, who are your dogs?
So Nike's my new one. She's 3 years old. Wait, math. Yep, 3 years old. She's a red mottled Australian cattle dog. So she has the little speckles. She's a speckled cattle dog. And she's super cute, super psychopathy. My second oldest dog is Echo.
Since the recording of this episode, Echo has passed due to some unexpected health issues. Rest in peace, sweet girl. We miss you.
She does tricks and rally and canine fitness stuff. And my oldest, Echo is 11. Yep, she's 11. My oldest is, Echo's 10. My oldest is 12. He's a Beagle Lab mix. And we just got our overall Novice Elite title with AKC, and our overall
For what sport?
excellence title, scent work.
That's fantastic. Congrats.
Yeah. And he also, he's the one that kind of started all of this. He started everything. It's his fault.
So, if Dagon was the one who started it all, how so?
So, Dagon didn't learn to walk on a loose leash until he was 3 years old. Like, seriously. We went to half a dozen different trainers, and one of the last trainers we went to noted he's a Beagle Lab mix, right? So he has the snout of a beagle. Super stubborn. I hate really using that word, but it's mostly accurate. Nose to the ground, right? All the time. So our last trainer we went to said, "Hey, you need to try tracking with that dog." And I was like, "What is that?" So I found somebody local, our local AKC dog club, was doing a tracking test. And I just kind of showed up to watch the tracking test, right? I didn't know anybody there. I didn't know any of the dogs. I just kind of showed up to watch. And I started talking to the other people who were watching and not like running the track with their dog. Tracking is where you have somebody walk through a field or over concrete or some other different type of terrain, and the dog has to follow the path that the person walked. So we did that for a little bit. You can't really track when it's 80 degrees, and we live in Missouri, and it's 80 degrees in the summer a lot. So we did some tracking in the spring, and we tried in the summer, and it was not fun. And we picked it back up in the fall, and I realized I didn't have enough places that were big enough to lay a track to practice, because you have to like let it age, and there's different times, and it gets real specific. So I started doing scent work with him. So he got to use his nose and play a bunch of games. So after we figured out that was his outlet, and he could sniff when he wanted to sniff and walk nice when I wanted him to walk nice on a leash, we kind of compromised there. So he gets to do all of his sniffy sports, and he figured out how to walk on a leash after we showed him the rules of sniffy sport things.
I'm laughing because decompression walks and sniffy walks did the exact same thing for Dolly, and it took 3 years.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that was her just maturing as a dog.
Dagon needed a job was what his problem was. And then for the canine fitness, as far as that goes, I took a bunch of online classes when COVID hit us, because everything in person shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So one of the classes on this platform was Canine Fitness, and it was the instructor is a rehab vet, and the first thing you cover with Canine Fitness is posture and movement, right? You have to do that initial assessment. Well, Dagon's posture and movement was all sorts of off. So we went to our local rehab vet. Springfield, Missouri has a fantastic local rehab vet, and I don't feel like enough people know about them.
I'm constantly telling people to go to Momentum because I'm like, your dog has been hurt for a few months now. Like, get them in and get them looked at.
Right. Yeah. Just, do it. So we had his initial workup, has hip dysplasia, arthritis. This was 5 years ago.
So he would have been 8?
Yeah. Hip dysplasia, arthritis in his hips, and one of his elbows has some arthritis in it. So when we do scent work on gravel, he wears shoes on his front feet so the gravel doesn't get in between his paws. And I have like other exhibitors ask me and compliment me on Dagon's puppy shoes when we show an exteriors and there's gravel, or vehicles and there's gravel about. So that's super cute. I can send you some photos with Dagon in his
absolutely
puppy shoes. So yeah, we got a fitness program from our local rehab vet, and we got a home fitness program since it wasn't actually like rehab recovery from a surgery. It was to maintain, a pre-existing condition type. And he had already been doing scent work. So when we took him in for them to show me how to do everything at home, where this is going.
I've seen it.
He would not pay attention to the vet tech or to me until he had to clear the rehab room. He had to make sure there was no odor in the rehab room before he would do anything else. And once he figured out it was Blake and he wasn't going to get any treats, then he worked really nice for us. So yeah, that's kind of how all of that started, and then it just snowballed from there. His search times went way down. He almost always places at trials when we go to scent work competitions.
That's fantastic.
Almost always.
Yeah, you do usually come home with quite a few ribbons.
Yeah, and he's 12. He's 12 now. So that's impressive to come home with a placement with a 12-year-old dog.
And a bigger dog at that. He's like a medium-sized dog.
Yeah, he's about 55 pounds or so.
Him and Dolly are similar.
Yeah.
In size.
Size-wise.
In case you haven't seen Dagon, and you've seen one of my dogs, the pink-haired one, that's similar sized. Dagon's a bit more dense because of the beagle.
He's pretty stocky. Yeah.
So outside of dog stuff, what do you do? And outside of work? Because, there's just so much time. Like, what are your hobbies? I knew this would be a fun question to add in because I knew it would be a blank stare.
It's like website stuff. And so I'm also like that small business owner. So I'm constantly trying to figure out and research and do networking for like marketing strategies.
You do love your networking groups.
And I do. I have a really like fun networking group that I've kind of dragged Jazz into a couple of things. But it's fine. I'm doing this interview right now, so we're even. That's fair, I guess.
Dang, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So I do some networking stuff, and I'm like always trying to figure out, social media schedules and budget things and planning. So like, I guess running my business is my hobby. I don't know.
I was trying to ask a leading question to get you into D&D, but
Playing
that
with
failed
dogs.
so miserably.
Yeah, because I'm down to like, I have one campaign that I'm playing in now, and it's every other Saturday. And some of those Saturdays I have trials, and some of those Saturdays are like my weekend in the clinic, so I don't get to play all of them.
So, because I know this about you, and I know you're a giant freaking nerd, why Paragon Pups? How'd you get to that name? So,
there's D&D reference there. That was very clever lead-in. Thank you for that. So Dungeons and Dragons has like Paragon classes. So you get bonuses for your character that you play if you take Paragon levels, and they can be like racial type bonuses. So if you're playing an elf, you can get a bonus to like your eyesight or just overall perception thing if you take a Paragon elf thing. Or it can be like your class. Like if you're playing a rogue, you can get an extra Paragon bonus to, I don't know, like a stealth or a sneaky type a skill check or something like that. So a Paragon basically makes your character a better version of itself, right? So when I think about canine fitness, I think about fitness. It makes your dog be a better version of themselves. It's like, yes, your dog is already running agility or running fast cat, and you're like 9 to 10 second times on your fast cat, and that's fantastic, and you're happy with that, and you're getting like all of your points. Dogs that have a fitness program can reduce that by 1 to 2 seconds.
If consistently followed.
Yes, yeah. You have to do it like at least 3 times a week. Nike, my cattle dog, has a fitness program, and her fast cat times are just a little over 8 seconds. She's like 8.08, I think, is her.
I think that was her PB.
Yeah, I think that's her personal best is 8.08. She's a cattle dog that runs fast cat in like 8 seconds. Because I have a fitness program for her, right? I strengthened her. I spend extra time during the week to strengthen her paws, so she doesn't get injured. Hopefully, she doesn't get injured. It's less likely
she is a cattle dog.
Get injured because she's a freaking cattle dog, and that's what they do. I spend time strengthening her core and her abs and her iliopsoas muscle, so she has, the most extension that she can get. I spend time strengthening her glutes and her hamstrings on the tail and behind her legs, so she has that extra power for that extra speed. So she has all of those things going for her.
I'm definitely going to have to look up AKC's cattle dog's fast cat times to like compare to make sure that is actually a fast time, because I've never looked them up.
It is. You're going to have to, because it's listed in miles per hour. So you're going to have to, you're going to have to go through and do the conversion for that. 8 seconds for a cattle dog.
Does she get the handicap?
No.
She's like right at the marker for the handicap.
She is exactly 18 inches. I just got her height card in the mail a couple weeks ago, because I had to have her measured for agility, and she's right at 18 inches. So
where does that put her for agility?
I'm running her in preferred, so she jumps 16, I think.
Okay. So she did measure into 20.
I think so. I'm gonna have to look at it. I don't remember what.
I just did the AKC video, and I've already purged so much of it from my head, because that's what happens after I make a 101.
It's so much, right? And we do NADAC, and we do UKC, and we do AKC,
and they're all different.
All of the height divisions are different. So without looking it up, I'm not sure. I know she's 12 for NADAC.
That's where I was getting 12 from. Okay.
Yeah. I know she's 12 for NADAC. I know she's Division 2 for UKC, because I just entered her trial here in a couple weeks. I haven't really done a whole lot of AKC agility with her, so I don't know. Before I enter our next AKC trial, I will figure it out. But right now, I do not know without looking it up.
So the reason I ask is because I think 8 seconds usually without the handicap translates to about 24, 25 miles an hour.
I think so.
It might be closer to like 25 and a half to 26. Because I think it's like 7 and 8 seconds is around 25, 26, and then 9 to 10 seconds is like 24, 25.
I don't know. It's after 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon.
I am
not doing math right now.
That's so fair. This is just like dumb numbers I looked up at some point.
Yeah.
They stuck in my head.
We don't know. I don't have a trial coming up to where that applies to, so I don't know right now.
And we'll see how much editing Jazz is feeling like doing the math to put all the numbers up, because I could see some part of me being like, yes,
Right.
we're going to do all of this now
Here's the formula.
and make fun of them for
And
it.
I'm sure I can get Marcus to plug it into an Excel sheet for
I mean,
us, and
AKC's
that'll be
website has the calculator. My phone's recording you right now, so I
That's
can't look it up.
fine.
So of all the sports you've done, which one has been your favorite?
Honestly, I think scent work.
Elaborate.
So
Please.
that's almost where I started, right? That was my first dog sport that I titled a dog in, was scent work with Dagon. And he is such a fun dog to search. If you know what you're looking for, he's real easy to read. He was real easy for somebody that really didn't know what they were doing to first start off with. So yeah, I had a really great dog for scent work that I started with. And when you're like sitting at a show waiting for your turn, scent work people are generally supportive, right? They want you to succeed, right? They're rooting for you, especially when you get to the upper levels, and especially with UKC. I feel like UKC is a lot more supportive and a lot more welcoming for new people in the sport, right? So you'll have somebody finish like a master's or an elite run, which are the two upper levels for UKC nose work. And if you come out of your search area, and usually you do like a thumbs up for a pass and a thumbs down for an NQ for a no-go. And everybody really wants you to get that pass, right? And I feel like with some of the other sports, yes, they're supportive, yes, they're competitive. But the thing with all of the other dog sports, at least in my experience, has been, yes, I want you to succeed, but I don't want you to do better than I do. Right? So it's like, yeah, I want you to pass, but I want to get 100 and I want you to only get like a 98 for your score, right? I feel like everybody, they kind of want you to succeed, but they still want to do better than you do. I don't get that vibe with scent work at all.
And Fast Cat. I know you haven't been to as many Fast Cat trials.
I haven't shown. I've been to, I think, like one Fast Cat trial, and it was when Nike was, I don't know, like
before she
year and a
understood
half,
the game.
before she figured out what she was doing. Yeah, and I was just kind of donating to the club for those two trials. We've had more practices since then. She has her adult dog brain for the most part since then. So I think she's ready to do well in Fast Cat.
The reason I say that is, or at least the immediate thing I think of whenever you say scent work and that being your reasoning, is those are the two sports off the top of my head that I can think of where it is you and your dog against you and your dog.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you get the different placements in nose work and scent work, but like everyone knows how difficult the hides are. So
Yeah.
whenever you get that pass, they're like, yay.
Right.
Especially if you're like a novice dog too. They're just like super encouraging because they want you to do it.
Right. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
one thing I remember at our UKC trial last year, watching everybody coming out after they did their runs to watch whoever was next to watch how their dogs did. And then I got lucky because we've got some incredibly talented handlers and teams in our group, where one of the guys was giving me, like, he was explaining what the other dogs were doing. And so I was like, oh, there's so much more to this.
Yeah. Did you get, for when you were like timing or steward or whatever, volunteering?
I was volunteering for something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I might have just been making sure the judge had water
That's valid.
and being ready to like clean up or move things. Because at that point we were doing the concurrent runs. So it was
Right.
like you did trial 1, you went over and did trial 2. But yeah, the person I'm talking about doesn't like being on social media, so I'm not saying his name. But
Fair.
he's fantastic and I love him.
Yeah.
I've adopted him as my grandpa.
If you can hang out with a judge or
Oh God, hanging out with a judge is so
Oh,
much
yeah.
fun,
Do-
especially if
do
they're
it.
smart Alex.
and do right, especially if they have, especially if they're a little spicy, you definitely want to hang out with a judge. You learn so much. Just with scent work, you learn a lot about just scent theory, and what that hide is doing and what the wind is doing with that hide. Because you can watch the dog, right? You can watch the dog and know where the source, where that Q-tip is, and you can figure out where, like, what's going on, how that odor is moving through that search area. Just watch the dog. And know a little bit about scent theory.
And if not, just show up and have fun.
Right. Yeah. If not, just show up and hang out with the judge.
And you can always volunteer at trials that you don't compete in.
Yes.
If you like find a local group and you're like, oh, I kind of like these people, you can volunteer at stuff before you have a dog that's ready to do the things.
I feel like, and I would really
I highly recommend it.
that.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, for sure. It's also a lot less stressful to volunteer at a trial if you're not running a dog.
God, yes, it is.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about warming up your dog and your run time and when you're going and what you can sign up for and what you can sign up for and am I going to miss it? What ring am I supposed to be in? And I don't know how people run 2 dogs in 2 different levels and volunteer. I can't know. I can't.
They bring all of their listening ears that day.
I guess.
And
I don't know.
all of the planning ability.
I can't do it. I have one dog that runs one sport and they don't overlap.
Speaking of, what has been your least favorite sport you've tried?
I'm going to get some hate for
I was
this.
going to say, no one yell at her when
Yeah.
she says it. I don't know what it's going to be, but if it starts like that, it's going to be entertaining.
It doesn't matter what I say. I'm going to get hate for it. I did some beginner novice obedience with Echo, and obedience is not my thing. I don't know. I think it's too formal for me.
I think it's because you have a lab beagle mix as
Or
your
I think-
first sport dog.
Well, I mean that I also started right. Well, there is that, right? So I also started in scent work, and then going from UKC scent work to AKC obedience is it's oil and water, right? It's night and day. But yeah, so like I have this rescue dog with like some ring stress, and I'm not allowed to like talk to her really or give her any sort of encouragement or feedback or whatever, and that's making me nervous, which is making her more nervous because she's on a leash and she's just all over the place and I'm all over the place, and we're just feeding negative energy off of each other, and it's just so stressful and precise I think it's the precision and the formality of obedience that it's not my thing. Like, I can't do it, right?
I love watching it. I don't think I'll ever train it.
I want to be able to, so like training it is not horrible. I feel like competing in it is. I told you I was going to get some hate for that.
Yeah, but it makes sense, though, because what you like about scent work is that it's kind of everyone's excited for you at all times. And obedience is the polar opposite for
Right,
that. Like,
yeah.
everyone wants to do their best and win, which is super fair and more
Right,
power to you.
Right.
But yeah, it can be a little intimidating.
Yeah, especially for somebody that doesn't have a golden retriever or a lab or a poodle.
Yeah.
You're kind of like not in the clique group, at least local. That was my experience. I know we have a solid group of obedience people in our area, and that was not their experience. It's different, and it's not for everybody. And I don't think I am ever gonna show a dog in obedience ever again.
All I'm thinking of is Little Floof Big Wolf, I think is her username. But she's got the Pomeranian and the German Shepherd. And everyone's like,
gosh.
And she does obedience with both of them.
Yeah.
And kills it. They do fantastic.
That's awesome.
But, like, I just love watching her videos because I'm just like, your dogs are impeccably well trained to a degree that I don't even, and like, I can only admire because I can't aspire to that ever.
Right. I mean, yeah, if that's what you want to do, great. I'm going to be on your side. I'm going to be cheering for you. But I'm not, that's not my thing.
I'll be your obnoxious spectator on the side
Right?
hooting and hollering when you're done.
Right? Yes.
And probably getting all of the looks for it.
Yeah. Rally, I feel like, because obedience and rally trials are usually held together. So it's the
Cracks me up.
It's the same group of people. But rally, you can like talk to your dog. It's a lot less formal. I almost feel like rally is more difficult for the dog because there's more movements. Well, it's different. I take that back. It probably depends on the dog and the personality what they prefer because they're different, right? But it's the same people, right? So if you're doing one, you're probably doing the other one.
Oh.
And you're doing them at the same show. So just because of the mindset and the environment, I don't know that I'm interested in doing rally with another dog either.
That's fair. So, because we're coming up on time now.
Yeah.
But you're probably like, thank God, 'cause that means this is almost over. I'm going to get so much crap for this later, and I love it. Do you have anything else you would like to bring up or talk about?
I don't know. I feel like I've rambled.
That's the whole point of an
I feel
interview.
like I've rambled enough. No, I don't think so. Oh, we have somebody in our area that just opened a dock diving pool.
Yes.
Nike had a lesson up there, and we got her jumping off the ramp.
Nice.
So she's jumping off the ramp.
So you're going to put your catalog into dock diving?
I don't know. Probably not because it's expensive. I don't really want to pay $40 for her to jump off of, for her to jump in the water.
That's fair.
One time, every time.
Neither of my dogs are allowed by the vet to do dock diving.
Yeah.
Swimming is kind of off the table.
Yeah.
Like, walking in water is cool, but they don't love swimming.
Well,
which is good because Merle doesn't actually enjoy swimming. He likes playing in the water after our runs.
That's good.
And I like that because I've had a lot less seed ticks on me since we started doing that.
Oh, nice. Nice. We have our race coming up
Yes.
in March.
March 14th.
March 14th. Yep. So,
Which will be open to virtual runs again because that
Yes.
was really fun.
Yep.
And I will be much better about packing and shipping stuff out this year because I know what to do now.
yep. So we had our first sponsor, which
Yes.
was Tana's.
Kennel. TNT
Yep.
kennel.
Yep, TNT Kennel. Thank you. I had to think what it was for mini American Shepherds.
Yep.
Right. Yes. Yep. So I just got her logo a couple days ago, and we're going to post her stuff on our social medias.
And that will probably be up before this episode, so that's like not the most exciting of new news for you guys, but it's due for
Yeah.
us.
Yep. So if you're looking for a mini American Shepherd,
Who is fully health tested.
yes, fully health tested, ethically bred, with multiple agility titles in her lines.
Highly suggest looking into this kennel. 'Cause
Highly recommends that kennel.
Not just because she's paying us, but because we also love Tana, and
It-
she's one of my
yeah.
favorite people.
Yeah, we don't really support a whole. There's a very select few breeders that we support, and she is one of them.
Yeah.
Yes. So race. If you want to participate in the race,
It's on Run Sign Up.
Yep, it
And
is
we're
on.
working on linking it on the Dog Sports website, which is undergoing a lot of updates right now.
Yep. So you can go to runsignup.com, and it's a Fire and Ice Joplin race.
Fire and Ice Joplin, Missouri.
Yes. Sponsorship and participant things are on the website. So for the sake of time, I don't have time to go into all that right now. So go to the website and go check that out.
Turns out Michelle's a lot better at all the sponsorship stuff than I was, so really glad that she took that on this year because I've been dealing with a lot of the in-person chaos.
Yes, and there has been a lot of in-person chaos.
Yes, there has. Hence, no podcast.
Right? Yes.
All right, well, that'll wrap up today. Thank you for your impromptu interview. I appreciate it.
Thanks. I know you do.